Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. Every other person who's going to join us later on the show, say you're welcome to the second episode of the Premier League Cruise, Season 1, Episode 2 of my very good friend, yeah, Sam Shafiq in the house, yeah. Big ups to you, Sam. Sam, how you doing, man? Enjoying the London sun?
Hello, Tony. Tony, thank you for having me again. Once again, I really appreciate you having me on the actual call and on the show, and I'm super excited of about where for this and for whatever we are about to build within this show and whatever content we are about to bring to the viewers of this show.
Yeah. Guys, just in case you don't know, Sam Shafiq is my business partner on this channel. So, of course, mind ya, he's always the one who is always getting news reports straight from the UK. So, a big partnership between me and him. We have a show together. He runs the Premier League London cruise. So, see ya, it's all big ups. And, of course, when partners come together to have a show, it's always a bump. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Sam, man, you're welcome to the show, man. How
Thank
is
you.
the weather in
Appreciate
London?
it. Oh, the weather is fantastic. As you can see, I am in my car. I'm enjoying the weather. Literally, I was in the park with the family, enjoying the weather. The weather is really nice, and we are making the most out of it.
Yeah, definitely. See, Manchester City, your team, champions of Europe, FA Cup champions, Premier League champions. You got the beer down there or the wine down there. Super Cup champions. See, Sam, man, take us through what Manchester City have just done.
Uh, to be honest with you, whatever I'm about to say might shock the viewers. I'm actually disappointed with what the how Manchester City is developing this season. Even
Hmm.
though I have faith in Guardiola and I have faith in the entire board that they will put it off after Christmas and they will come together after Christmas and they will most probably win the league and the Champions League and most probably the
Yeah.
treble. However, right now, currently, I am very nervous and very stressed about whatever is going on and how they are winning the games. And if there is a slight laziness about Manchester City right now, and we are
Hmm.
relying on the likes of Palmer. Palmer is an upcoming player, however, is not the main player, and
Hmm.
it's not the superstar that should make a difference. We need all our boys uh, s- to come to the match and to turn up to the match and to make a difference, such as Grealish, Foden, Haaland. Obviously, Bernardo wasn't there. Every single one of them needs to turn up and needs to
Yeah.
be scoring. We literally won it by one penalty this time.
Yeah. See, I clearly understand that. But see, yeah, for Palmer to just come into that team, yeah, and just slot straight right in, getting goals. See, this guy scored a goal, yeah, against Arsenal. It does the stage, yeah, doesn't get bigger than that, yeah,
Exactly.
and that was in the in England,
Community,
and then you
yes.
go to Europe, yeah, the coach places his faith on you yet again in a Super Cup, yeah, and you go again, and then you score another goal. While
Mhm.
Manchester City have other stalwarts who are down there, this guy is the one stepping up to score goals for Manchester City. Uh, don't you see it as, hey, Pep, I'm here, I'm ready to be used. I know I'm a young player, but I know I can also swing with the big sharks. Look at me, I've scored 2 goals in 2 games and in 2 big games, not just little games, in 2 big games. So, what do you think?
I think undoubtedly he has made a big name for himself, and there is no doubt in that. and there is no doubt that he could be a very good replacement for Riyad Mahrez.
Hmm.
However, he needs to be playing this level while everybody else is playing at their highest level.
Yeah.
Right now, he's the only one who's playing at his highest level. He's the only one who is turning up, and he's a
Hmm.
youngster. He needs to be looking up to people and learning from people how they turn up, and he levels up accordingly. Right now,
Yeah.
everybody's looking up to him, who is a
To
youngster
him.
just coming up. I mean, big up to him. He's done really well for himself, and I believe he deserves all the credit that it comes his way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying everybody else needs to turn up to the same level as Palmer is doing.
That's Palmer years. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, see, let's move on away from that. But this Super Cup, what does it do for Manchester City? Yeah. See, Sam, yeah, you've just been crowned three-peat champions, yeah? You've been crowned European champions. You've just been crowned FA Cup champions, English champions, yeah? Is there any other feat that you're looking at to conquer? You've conquered Europe, gone again, conquered Europe yet again in the Super Cup. Yeah, but maybe later in the year you might go again and conquer the whole world in the Club World Cup. What is left for Pep Guardiola
Uh,
to actually do
Tony,
with?
remember,
It's gotten to the pick, innit?
yeah, but remember, this is not what Man City is looking for. Man City is looking to compete with the likes of Real Madrid. The first
Mm.
one is always the hardest one. Any cup, any cup that you go for, the first one is always the hardest one. But once you get the first one, the second, the third, the fourth will become a lot easier. And our aim is to compete with the likes of with the big boys, the Real
The
Madrid,
Real Madrid,
the
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 Barcelonas of the
the
world.
the
Mm.
Munichs and all of this. Yeah,
Yeah,
even Liverpool got 7 Champions League. Man United, hats off to them. They got 3 Champions League. So we want to compete with the big boys. Um,
yeah,
and we are
yeah.
going there. And I think the first step of every cup is accomplished right now. Now we need to go again and accomplish it again and show the world we are not, um, respectfully, we are not West Ham or we're not Aston Villa. We are, yeah, we are a club that is coming to win the um, the Champions League and win it again and
And
again.
win it
And
again.
yes.
Let's see how that goes because I really do hope that Arsenal stop you guys in your tracks as you're doing it because you know what, yeah, it's clear to see Arsenal is the only one that has beaten you in a kind of like a trophy like kind of situation, yeah, because see, Man City is mauling everyone, even in penalty kicks, yeah, but Arsenal was the last person to stop you. So I really do think that Arsenal might just be the only old guard ready to actually face Man City this season. Do you really see that?
I personally see Arsenal challenging us right to the wire.
Hmm.
However, if you look at the track record of whoever won the Community Shield for the past 10 years,
Yeah,
every club that has won the Community Shield has gone and uh, uh, like achieved only the eighth in in the league, or not even achieved the Champions League spot. So I don't know. There is a curse there that has only been broken by Manchester City in 2000, I think 2017 or 2016, one of the other. Other than that, um, uh, this might this might be a curse, and Arsenal might have just taken that curse on board. Um, I really want Arsenal to challenge Man City because that will raise the level of
yeah,
every player within Man
of
City
every,
and
yeah,
the league itself. Yeah.
yeah.
So and it would make it more interesting and more good to watch for
Hmm.
me.
For
Yeah,
you, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think the likes of Saka, Odegaard, and
yeah,
everybody else
Saka,
deserve.
Odegaard coming out. Yeah, but again, yeah. See, I'm sorry, I'm really onto this Manchester City stuff. Yeah, because I want to win the league. I want to talk about every weakness I see in your team because it gives me joy to just see one or two weaknesses coming up from your team. See, Sam, yeah, I know you're not happy, yeah, with the gameplay yesterday, yeah, because we know. See, if Man City wants to go to Europe, yeah, we know the force with which they go into this, into these places, and more teams. I didn't see that killer instinct from Manchester City yesterday.
I believe they are still in holiday mood, and
Okay.
they haven't turned on the engine yet, and
Hmm.
he is still recovering his main players. If you look at it, he didn't play John Stone, he didn't play Diaz. De Bruyne is not in. Bernardo
Yeah.
Silva is not in. So the main force is not there. And plus, we've lost Gundogan, we've lost Riyad Mahrez. So about 6 to 7 players that have
Yeah.
won the treble last year are not involved.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that in itself has an impact on the team. However, I believe the four that I've mentioned will recover in time for the
Yeah.
Champions League, and they will challenge the Champions League. That's the main focus for us this year.
But Sam, is there something you guys are not admitting yet? But see, Kevin De Bruyne is injured. Yeah. Kevin De Bruyne is injured. Gondo is out of your football club. Mares is out of your football club. Eh, Yesterday, yeah, on a normal day, if Pep Guardiola says, okay, my first 11 on the pitch isn't giving me what I want, I need goals. And then you look to the bench, yeah, there's no more Gondo you could call on to come in and bring in those trickery and get you a goal, yeah. You know he has that in his wheelhouse, yeah. Uh, there's no Mares to look into. Yeah, all those cutting edge movement. From the flanks and cutting and dribbling away through players and creating chances for other assets to score goals. It's just not there. Kevin De Bruyne is not there. No joy in the middle of the park. Uh, See, are you not admitting some? Don't you want to admit something here that there's a slight weakness in this team?
Um, I wouldn't want to say there's a weakness in the team. I would say they are just a bit tired, and he's
Mm,
preparing them for the big games. On that note, I have just booked my place for the Arsenal Manchester City in at the Emirates, and I'm going to be attending that, and I'm going to be watching it live. And I'm going to be hoping for Kevin De Bruyne, the Arsenal killer, to be playing at that moment and to show us his qualities and to show Arsenal who Man City are.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Tony Claude, of course, that's me. Big ups. Live to inspire says, yeah, big ups, Sam Shafiq. We see your work, brother. He says,
Thank
big ups
you.
to you,
Thank you.
Shafiq. Arsenal history and more. That's like a father in this game, in YouTube to me. Yeah, the Arsenal history and more. It says, evening, Tony and Sam. Big ups to you, Jez. Yeah, Jez, Arsenal history and more. Big ups to you. Thank you. You're the only one here for now, and you
Thank
and live to inspire. Big ups to you, Jez. Brother, let's go into, of course, last weekend. Yeah, definitely. We have to talk about the matches just a little bit. Yeah. See, I also want to know, yeah, your thoughts about Manchester United versus Wolves. You are the noisy
Oh,
neighbor, yeah? You are the
oh,
noisy neighbor. But see,
oh.
Manchester United scraping a win from Wolves.
They,
Wolves
it, you can't call it a win.
attack after attack, uh, you know, against
Uh,
Manchester United. 23 shots on and off goal. Yeah, just in that matchup against Wolves. You said that Manchester United will edge against Wolves by 4 goals to nil. But I'm sorry, Sam. it was a different story altogether.
It could have been Wolves for Manchester United one. It could have been. It could have
Mm,
been. If they had a good goal scorer, Manchester United would have conceded at least 3 goals. The, the goalkeeper saved 3 goals. Onana was man of the match, other than obviously the incident that happened for the penalty, which
yeah.
I fully believe it was a penalty. The only 3 people that don't believe it's a penalty is Ten Hag, Onana, and Fernandez. Like everybody else,
And of
no,
course,
uh,
Fernand,
no, it was a penalty, and
it
that
was
could
a
have been,
penalty.
yeah, that could have been a big shock for Man United, and I genuinely believe Man United need those shocks to wake up. They
Hmm.
didn't get the shock they needed. However, next game it's it's going to be it's going to be a shocker for them. Whoever they are
Yeah, the next
playing.
one will be a shocker. But again, see, yeah, the referee and the officials that were in that matchup, Manchester United versus Wolves, they've been suspended until at least from next week's games. Yeah, they've
Yep.
all been suspended. Uh, what do you think? What does this do for the league itself? Do you think anything is rigged? Because see, yeah, other people are getting penalties. Yeah, some aren't getting penalties. It's not fair to the other teams. Yeah, what is really going on? Is there a cost for a lamb at this point?
I think there is something going on there. I genuinely believe there is something going on there. Like the if you see the comment section, it's
Big
not
ups,
just
Ends,
us.
man. Big ups, Arsenal history and more. Big ups to you too. And
Uh,
Arsenal history and more says definitely a penalty. When this guy, yeah, when Jess Collins says it's a penalty, just accept it. It's a penalty. This guy's been watching Arsenal football and even the Premiership for a long, long time. Yeah, that's a real geezer in this game. Big ups to you, Jess. He says definitely a penalty, no question. Endsman TV, of course, for Liverpool FC. Endsman, that's my guy, yeah. Big ups to you. Endsman, how you doing, man? Endsman, we're gonna see on Friday. That's when our show is gonna pop off. Yeah. For now, it's gonna be me and Sam doing our thing. On Friday, you're coming in. I can't wait for Friday, Endsman. You were saying something. So what do you think?
I think there is something going on in Old Trafford. They are something is going on. I just don't understand how the referee doesn't see that. The VAR doesn't see that.
Yeah,
It's
doesn't see it.
insane. It's insane. Like it's unbelievable. They should actually give 1 point to Wolves and deduct 2 points from Man United. Like literally, they have said sorry, so deduct 2 points.
Yeah, see, the referee actually came out, yeah, and said, see, he told the coach, O'Neill, he told him, he said, see, I'm sorry, it ought to be a penalty. Like, this is confirmed news. It was all over ESPN UK, all over Supersport, yeah, it was everywhere. He came out and he said, see, I'm sorry, that ought to be a penalty. The referee came out from the horse's mouth and admitted that that should be a
Yes.
penalty
Yeah.
going to Wolves. So when these referees are admitting a mistake that they should literally, have called in the game, and yet you gave Gary O'Neill, a yellow card for protesting, that why didn't he get a penalty in that case? So uh, there's lots of abnormalities, with refereeing. Do you think in the long run this will really affect the way this league is being run? Mostly
It,
when
it,
leagues like Saudi Arabia are coming with big money, yeah. England need to get things in perfect conditions, in perfect perspectives. Yeah. Because Saudi Arabia is coming, picking up all these players, yeah, from here and there. Do you think in the long run, do you think this refereeing decisions will kind of like make the English Premiership distasteful, or do you think it will still retain
Uh,
its lordship over whatever league, no matter even if they have the money?
I personally have faith in the uh, in the board that is running the Premier League, and believe they will take action, and they will modify things that will have a positive impact going forward. And
Mm,
they've already looked into this. Uh, uh, the refereeing head,
yeah,
Howard Webb, is a phenomenal guy, and he's looking into improving things, which he has. I personally believe he has improved things. But moving forward, I think Man United would need to um, strengthen their midfield if they want to get something out of this season. Okay.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I really do. I really do think so because you see, man, yeah, their midfield was looking, it was looking like something from a horror movie, man. To be very sincere, if Manchester United think in any alternative reality, yeah, that midfield is gonna get them Champions League or that's gonna take them far in the Premiership, I'm sorry. Think again. What did you think about their midfield?
Yeah, I think not just their midfield. Is it Martin is the number six, the defender, the centre half
Yeah, the
was
butcher himself, Martinez. Yeah,
Martinez. Oh my! Did you see? He had to sub him off.
yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly.
It was a disaster.
It was
I
a
don't know
disaster, man. Mason Mount, no shots on goal, no tackles, what, nothing. Like just bereft of ideas. You know,
exactly what
their
I said.
midfield look worn out. Looks they're all over the place. No coordination. Fernandez, nothing. No support whatsoever. Fernandez was being doubled up on, like 3 to 4 players would just double up on him, take away the ball. Mason Mount was just running like a headless chicken. Like their midfield was, it was done. It was done. And it was good to see. It was good to see.
It was good to see
It
Wolves
was good to see.
do fight, bring that fighting spirit, and I didn't think they can get themselves together within 3 days, because their manager was appointed just 3 days before the match.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so but I truly believe in that in their manager.
Yeah.
O'Neill is a
And he gives a
great
good
guy.
account of himself anyway.
hmm So he's a great guy, and I believe he's going to be one of the biggest managers in the Premier League.
In the
So
Premiership. Just with the way he set up that game, the attacking mindedness, of the gameplay was just something to be desired. Yeah.
yeah,
Free flowing attacking play, pressure, pressure, pressure. Manchester United couldn't cope. Their defenders couldn't cope really because they really, really struggled. They doubled up on Manchester United midfielders. All of them were feeling the pressure. Of course, Onana, I'm not saying that he's this super goalkeeper, but what I'm saying is that, of course, he's been to the Champions League. Yeah, lots of great performances here and there, but he actually put in good saves for them in that matchup. I won't really say Manchester United were really lucky, but Onana put up some very decent saves. He saved them from lots of embarrassment anyway. But see, let's move away from that. Yeah, Chelsea Liverpool. You actually said that. Can you remember your prediction for that matchup?
um, I know I can't. It was, I think I said Chelsea will win 2-1. I think.
That was what you said. But
Yeah,
see, for me, it was written on the wall already. All this type of matches, Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea, it's always like that. Always a drab draw. But in this one, there were lots of VAR intrusions into the goals that were scored. We did see a Chelsea side list how Pochettino wants to set up, how Pochettino wants to play. He wants to play free flow and attacking football. That's good enough. But does he have the defenders to do that? Of course, a defender that he just brought in scored on his debut. Yeah, made it 1-1. But just before then, Salah put up a very very big assist for Diaz to score a goal, yeah, in the opening goal, yeah. But after that, Salah just fizzled off the match. He just fizzled off away. And of course, if we look at some of your reports with the with the interviews you did, you would really see that he was substituted from that matchup. Liverpool fans were not having it with him, and they called it, yeah. And just after they called it, or after he had that bad performance, he's been linked away from the club to Saudi Arabian clubs. We've heard that he's given permission to Saudi Arabian clubs to negotiate a deal for him this summer. What is going on? Tell us about that matchup because you were there,
Yeah.
and also what you think about Salah and the whole dynamics in that matchup that day.
Um, Obviously, I'm still buzzing from that weekend, from that Sunday. It was a good vibe, first Sunday of the Premier League, and we've attended it. We were there, and the first, we were in the middle of Chelsea and Liverpool fans. It was a good vibe. We were getting a good vibe from both sides of the fans, and uh, I should say, I should tell you about one name. Is it Colwell? Is it Colwell or Colwell? The
Cool. Well,
Yeah, Colwell is the defender, the left center back on a three center back
yeah,
for Manchester for Chelsea. Um, that guy, the first 20 minutes, he was destroyed by Mohamed Salah,
yeah,
but then he got a grip of himself and he put a performance like no other.
like
Mohamed
no
Salah
other.
was quiet after the first 15, 20 minutes. Then Mohamed Salah couldn't move. He couldn't touch the ball because this guy was all over him. And this
It
guy
was
was,
all over him. They
yeah,
doubled up
was,
on Mohamed Salah.
and Colwell is the guy that came from the academy of Chelsea.
Mm,
Yeah, and he just won the European Championship with the under 21s.
true, true,
Yeah, so
true.
he is one to watch out for. He is
Yeah.
going to be a superstar. Yeah, I
Mm,
did not think he's going to start him, but he did really well. Now, Chelsea has got a very good team. My man of the match and everybody's man of the match was Fernandez. Or Enzo Fernandez. This guy did destroy the midfield, did tricks, did long passes, did defending, did
but
everything.
has he really succeeded at in Chelsea though?
Now
I
this
still
match,
think he needs to prove himself at
I
Chelsea
think,
Football Club. I don't really think that his
I think
performances befit what was paid for him. I think he should be doing more.
I genuinely believe Chelsea should pay another 10 million pound to whoever they bought it from Portugal, because of that performance. When you watch him live and you see what he did on that day, you would say, "Wow, this guy has
Yeah,
got some balls. Like he's
yeah, yeah.
strong. He's a little guy, but he's strong. He was like Mac Allister couldn't get anywhere near him,
Anyway,
and
yeah, exactly. It was
uh,
just that strong. It was just
yeah,
that
he's
strong.
good.
And see, yeah, of course, we have to go into this interesting topic here. Chelsea Football Club statement signings, yeah. In 3 days, these guys, yeah, have been putting up. See, we'll get all to that, yeah. Let's go into the chart and see what our big brother Jez put in there for us. He says, referees. This is why I like Jez, yeah. I mean, of course, is a very very knowledgeable person, in the game of football. He understands this game. Yeah, and I really have big respect for him. He said something here. He says referees rely too much on VAR now. They seem scared to make buy decisions now. They seem to not make the big decisions in case they get marked down after the game by the FA. So, what do you think? A big, big, huge point raised by Jazz.
I
What do you think?
totally agree. It's a human instinct that you
Mm.
rely. Oh, even if I get it wrong, VAR will correct it and we'll get it right by the end of the day. Now they rely on VAR, and if VAR gets it wrong, oh, the the entire decision is wrong. The entire game changes.
That was why VAR was instilled in the first place. It was
I
installed there to make correct decisions. Yeah, to
I
make
understand.
informed decisions, because there's video proof of what happened and the dynamics through which a situation happened. It gives you a panoramic view of what happened, even if the referee wasn't really there. So you have a third eye actually watching on all the situations. That's why VAR is very important. But right now, it seems like even the situation we were in before is even more better than the VAR, because the referees can't even overwrite what the VAR says at this time, even if they believe that they were right in front of the action. So I really do have a problem, with that one. And Jazz also calls it correctly. Yeah, any similarity of a discrepancy, yeah, with the in which let's say the ref comes with a different opinion from the VAR, there's a rift. There's always a rift. I believe there's always a rift with them after the game. It could be, the FA could call them up. Why did you go against the VAR decision? You know, and it depends on if the referee has got that rootlessness in him, and to say, hey, I was right in front of the action. I believe this is what happened, and this is correct. Or
Yep.
with the video evidence, if it's very clear, then just accept what the video evidence says.
I personally believe um, something must have gone wrong for them to not give that a penalty, especially VAR. Now, I cannot explain or understand what what went through their
Yeah, what
mind for
went
them.
down? What went down? Yeah,
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 what
yeah.
went down through their mind for them not to give that as a penalty, because even a
See,
5-year-old would say it's a penalty.
see, man, see, I'm not insinuating anything, yeah, but pictures came out day before yesterday, and those pictures, Howard Webb, Moss, and some other referees and officials were having, a little bit of a lounge, in the Manchester United hospitality box. Yeah, the pictures is all out. I'm not the one putting it out there. I saw the pictures everywhere. Yeah, and of course, the referee of the day came out and told O'Neill, see, that was a penalty. Yeah, he told him that was a penalty. So when
Hmm.
you see all these things, yeah, other teams have the right to say, you know what, this is this is incorrect, because if Aaron Ramsdale comes out, dash out to any defender, clasp their heads together, yeah, in, in the 18-yard box, that would be a penalty instantly against Arsenal. Yeah, they won't think about it twice. It will be a red card or maybe a yellow card per se. It will also be a penalty. But for some other teams, there's this big preferential treatment, and I'm not buying it this season. Let everyone compete, on a level ground. Yeah, let everyone compete. So if anyone is winning, let's know, okay, this is the case. Yeah. But see, we'll move away from that. See, Chelsea Football Club, in 3 days, these guys have orchestrated deals for Caicedo. They've orchestrated a deal for
Lavia,
this guy. What's his name? Lavia.
Lavia.
Yeah. The third deal that they were to do under 5 days was the deal for Michael Olise. Yeah. But Michael Olise just today turned around, signed a new deal with Crystal Palace, showed that, hey, it's not all about the money. There's some players that do have the loyalty of the clubs at heart. What do you think? Michael Olise
Um,
signing a new deal just this
and
morning.
my my personal perspective of that situation is, the owner going to Michael Olise and saying, if you go for 35 pound of 35 million, nobody would value you. You are 100 million player. Your value is 100 million pound uh, in the market. So you sign up a 4-year deal, and I promise you, next year somebody will come for you with 100 million pound, and that 100 million pound will give you the value that you deserve, and you will go to the best club in Europe, and you will play Champions League with the best salary in the market.
But do you think Chelsea is at risk of FFP rules breaches in any way?
Um, I
Eight
doubt
hundred
it.
and 821 million pounds spent under three windows, yeah, under three transfer windows, since
Okay.
Todd Bowley took charge of that football club. 821 million pounds. Let that sink in, my brother. Do you think these guys are going to face FFP rules? I know they've been able to do deals. Unlike my football club, Arsenal Football Club, that has refused to sell players that are redundant at our football club. On the contrary, yeah, Arsenal have even assisted Chelsea Football Club in getting the players that they're bringing up now. We Arsenal Football Club funded these guys, yeah, to go and get deals like Caicedo and Lavia up for them. They threw their dead wood to us, just like Kai, yeah, Kai Havertz. I'm not judging that player right now. After 10 games, I would judge that player for Arsenal Football Club. But with what he's done for Chelsea, for me, he's part of their deadwood. And shipped him down to Arsenal. 65 million pounds in the coffers of Chelsea Football Club. They put added some little money down there. Go bring in killers. Yeah, and an assistant, for their football club. Lavia, very strong guy to have in your team. Caicedo, a midfield general. These guys are doing good business while shipping out, the deadwood of the team. But is they're shipping out of the deadwood in their team? Is it enough? Is it enough? In when you check in comparison with how much they've spent in three windows.
I'm going to explain something business wise, and I hope I can explain it to the best
Yes. Big up to
possible.
Lookman. Lookman, Yunus, big ups to you. Jazz is still in the house. Gunnar Gadrin is still in the house. Big ups to you, Gunnar Gadrin. Thanks for showing up today. Of course, our big member also, Strasbourg, Steve. Of course, the Gunners and Mac guy. Yeah, he's down here with us. Big ups to you. Thanks for showing up. Yeah. Yeah, Sam.
So, in terms of Todd Bowley, he came up with a way of buying players where everybody thinks he's buying them for 100 million, but in the balance sheet, it's actually 10 million pound. So he is in profit over 300 million pound right now. He hasn't actually, according to the business side of the football, he has not spent any money yet,
Yeah.
because Caicedo has an 8-year contract, and that 100 million will be divided over 8 years. It's about 12 million pound a year, and that's called depreciation. And then he had sold an academy player in Mason Mason Mount.
Mason
That
Mount.
is that is 60 pound pure profit.
Hmm.
Out of the 60 pound, if you take 10 million pound or 12 million pound to buy Caicedo, that's another 50 million pound in your pocket profit. Okay,
Hmm.
and then the um, Kai Havertz, he was valued as a depreciated uh, stock or depreciated player, which
Yeah.
was valued at 25 million pound on the balance sheet. So
Yeah.
now, Now he comes and sells that for 65 million pound. He has 40 million pound profit.
Hmm.
Do you see all of this? And then he sells
Yeah.
all of this deadwood to Saudi. Now he's
Yeah,
got
even to
over.
Arsenal. Arsenal get all the whole deadwood. Well, see, I don't know, my football club sometimes, these are the things that hurt me, mostly in transfers out. Yeah, we get these deadwoods from Chelsea Football Club. They come, they dump it on our football club. None of the signings, yeah, from Chelsea Football has ever worked out at Arsenal. Arsenal has become a dumping ground, yeah, for these teams to just come dump their deadwoods. Why they go ahead to buy, the big wigs? And it's a big problem, at Arsenal Football Club. I'm this guy that if Arsenal is doing quite well, I will vouch and say, Arsenal, you're doing good in this. But in this
Yeah,
situation, I'm sorry, man, Sam, I have to call it. My football club, see, we're bad at doing business, bad at doing business. We can't even flog out Balogun for a decent amount of money. Yeah, Inter Milan is looking for this guy. Yeah, even our own neighbors. Yeah, Tottenham Hotspurs, they're looking on getting this guy. Monaco is looking on getting this guy. If it's Chelsea Football Club, yeah, and the negotiators, they will be getting 70 to 80 million pounds. Yeah, for Balogun.
yep,
But with Arsenal, the negotiating, it's poor. Everything is just poor, and there's no income. Yeah, there's no income. It's only spending directly from the crunkets, and it's not sustainable over a long period of time.
it's
So
very
it
true.
becomes a big problem. But for Chelsea, even if Todd Bowley has lots of money, but the business Chelsea is doing, it's real credible and very sustainable in a way. Mostly when you're flogging out all your deadwoods and pushing them out to your rivals. Last time I checked, Chelsea are my rivals. Yeah, they're my rivals. They're my London rivals. Last time I checked, they've won Champions League. Last time I've checked, they've won the leagues, yeah, even before us, in this decade. Yeah. I, see, everything about Chelsea Football Club, I'm not saying everything is all right. Yeah. But
Hmm.
you can see the project. You can see where they're going to right now.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
They've come to the drawing board. They've said, see, all the signings, all this throwing, this year for different players that won't help the team, it's not sustainable. Why can't we get off all this deadwood and start getting in Premier League experienced players? And that's what they're doing. It,
yep,
it, it just takes people who understand football and who know more about football to be in the board and make those decisions, and everything will start working.
yeah.
That's what I
True.
feel.
And
That's
I
what I
think,
feel.
as I told you, more, whoever gets Caicedo will compete for the league. And I believe Chelsea is going to compete for the league after getting Caicedo. And I believe this.
Anyone who says that they're not going to compete now, well,
Uh,
over to them.
uh,
Enough of
uh,
this Chelsea stuff. See, also last week we also made predictions on the Newcastle Aston Villa game. What do you think?
oh,
Can you remember what you said?
I think I said either 1-1 or 1-0 for Newcastle. I actually had faith in Aston Villa. I had
Actually,
faith
you
in
said
Aston.
Newcastle was going to win.
Yeah, but I had faith in Aston Villa in their manager. But boy, Newcastle went in, and I'm actually scared for Man City this Saturday.
This Sunday, right?
Yeah,
Man,
they're
did you
good.
did you see? Did you see? What see, and this is the thing, yeah. It's not just enough, yeah, to take a coach from anywhere, yeah, whether the coach is experienced or non. See,
Yeah,
see, when you setting up, Sam, are you there?
yeah, yeah.
We've lost
Sorry, my
your picture.
my picture is. Let me just fix it. Sorry, one
Yeah, just
second.
fix it. Strasbourg Steve says, Tony, you're talking an awful lot about Chelsea. You worried about them? See, Steve, man. you have to be worried about all these teams. Yeah, Chelsea Football Club, they're not in Champions League. They have the luxury of concentrating on the title. And Strasbourg, yeah, I won the title. I want Arsenal to win the title this season, even if my team is not really there yet in terms of personnel. But I fancy my team to win. I want to win. That's why I'm an Arsenal fan in the first place. So see, I'm with the signings of Caicedo and with the signing of Lavia, I'm beginning to think that Chelsea might just be returning into that picture for the Premier League title this season. It's just possible, yeah. And with the way they're going, they're throwing away Deadwood. They're getting big, imposing players into the team. They have Jackson, who is down there. I respect that striker. He might have not scored a goal on the day for them, but you can see promise. You can see promises with the guy. It's quite good. So let's see. This week will determine a whole lot how that Chelsea team is going to look like. See, yeah. So you were talking about Newcastle, my brother.
So I believe Newcastle will definitely want to challenge for the league this year. However, they are playing four competitions this year. They are playing the Carabao Cup, they're playing the Champions League, they're playing the FA Cup, and they are playing the Premier League. That will tire them out. That
Hmm.
will rinse them out. For especially the Champions League will tire them out if they go ahead to the next stage, and that will have an impact on them. But up to maybe Christmas, they will be at the top of the league. I believe they will not lose again.
But see, yeah, when we are talking about this Newcastle, they would tire out, they will do this, they will do squad depth, this, that. Even Manchester City squad is pretty much stretched out now. They have to bring in Palmer to kind of like, plug the holes here and there. You're out there trying to bid for Paqueta for £100 million. Yeah, it shows that there's still something that you need in your team right now. So
Yep.
it's not really like Newcastle are really like far behind. They're like every other team in Europe right now. Yeah, that
Mm.
have a decent squad. That they are getting their bench to get to look like a certain at least they're looking like a team. Yeah, that have their first 11 correct, and they're also having bench warmers that are also good players, which was what Manchester City used to look like at least last season, yeah, where you could look at your bench and say, oh, Gondo is there. Oh, Mares is there. These guys, their bench is looking okay. They have a first 11 core of big, big time imposing players. Yeah, I is playing. Are you there with me?
Yep. Yes.
Are
Yes.
you there
Yes.
with me?
I.
Yeah.
I.
Yeah, Tonali scored a goal. He scored. In fact, he scored the first goal for Newcastle. They brutalized Aston Villa, 5 goals to 1. To be very sincere, Aston Villa doesn't go to Newcastle and win. It's a boogie place for Aston Villa. It's a very difficult place for Aston Villa to go to get points historically. But even forget about the history. Right now, you don't just go to Newcastle, one of the teams that had the best defensive record last season. You don't go there to just, bamboozle them out of the park. Even Manchester City last season smelt the rod down there with a draw. They had to escape with a draw, and they praised the Lord that it was a draw. So you see, going to St. James Park is a different business. They Eddie Howar's down, gotten Isaac working, Isaac scoring, getting into that top into a top fit striker, ready to score goals. Just last
Yeah.
weekend, Tonali come and hit the ground running. Yeah, Joao Linton is down there with them. Miggy Almiron is down there. You know, Ellington. See, these guys are straight killers. Joe Willock, for some reason. Yeah,
Harvey
Arsenal let
Barnes.
that guy go for about
Harvey
20, 25
Barnes.
million pounds. That guy is looking like a 70 million player right now.
And don't forget Harvey Barnes scored and assisted
Oh,
on his debut.
oh.
I don't know how Manchester City or Arsenal or even Liverpool or Chelsea didn't buy this guy from Leicester. I just don't know how. Harvey Barnes
I'm
is
serious. Even
the
Arsenal.
gem.
See, forget about even Arsenal. Why was Arsenal not in for Burns? Why? You know, these are players. These are players that could bring one or two things into that Arsenal team. But the way we overlook these players and the way we overlook English talent is it's horrible. Apart from Rice, yeah, the, the way we overlook these English players, for me,
Mm,
look at how he's working for people like Newcastle. Look at Eddie Howe.
yeah,
Look at how he has brought in Joe Willock, an English
yeah.
international, someone who came from the ranks from Arsenal Football Club, who sold him so cheap to Newcastle. Look at what he's doing for Newcastle right now. A
Hmm.
very big threat for them. Look at Burns. You just mentioned Burns. Look at how he's playing. Scored a goal, yeah, assist, Premiership proven players. This is what we're talking about, man.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really impressed with Harvey Barnes, and it looks like he's going to be a candidate for nominated for Player of the League. I know it's early days, but he has the potential. I see it. He came on with fire. He came with fire. That guy came, and he was running down that side as if nobody was there.
But
Yeah.
again, yeah, see, before we go away from this Newcastle stuff, yeah, see, I, I want you to look into Eddie Howe, yeah? Look into Eddie Howe. Just look into that manager, yeah? Carabao Cup final against Manchester United. I know they lost out, but to pick up a team that was swimming in relegation waters 2 seasons ago, picking them into top four, and right now they're beating a team. I'm sorry, Unai Emery is a coach that doesn't get its flowers in this league. Big time manager, big time manager in Europe, big time manager. Won lots of Europa League cups. Yeah, coming into this Aston Villa team, galvanizing the team, giving the team a big push. He brought in reinforcements in the summer. Brought in Mosa Diaby, yeah, from Bayer Leverkusen. Who was also scoring goals too in the preseason matches that was being played. So he had a solid team going up north to Northumberland to play at St James Park, and Newcastle just blitz these guys, just blew them off the water, like as if they don't exist. And
Yeah.
that's what scares me. And that's why I'm so happy, because Manchester City, your team, is facing these guys next in the Premiership. Sam Shafiq, take us through what you think about that matchup coming up.
I genuinely believe if Manchester City performs like they performed in the past two games, they will
Hmm,
be slaughtered. They will be slaughtered. They will. It will be a very, very messy game. Very, very messy game. However, remember it's our first game at the Etihad. It's our first game of the Premier League at the
hmm,
Etihad. It will be a challenge, yeah, and hence why he rested the main players in the middle of the week against Sevilla. So I believe he's gonna go full on,
yeah,
yeah, and I believe it's gonna be very tight.
yeah.
It's going to be very tight. It's going to be maybe I believe
It's gonna be a
Newcastle is
tight
going to
matchup.
yeah, I believe Newcastle is going to win it by 2-1. Um,
Wait. You think Newcastle is gonna beat your team, Manchester City?
yes, I
Oh,
genuinely
I
believe.
think so
New-
too. But see, it hits different because I'm an Arsenal fan, yeah. But you are a Manchester City fan, yeah. So it
Yeah,
hits different when you're telling me right now that Newcastle might actually do one dirty trick over you this
yeah.
weekend.
I think because of the performances I have seen in the past weeks, past 1 week, I genuinely believe Newcastle are very, very, very ready for this league, whereas Manchester City is not ready yet. Is still working um, on their preseason or recovery and all of that, and they haven't woken up yet.
Yet. Okay, good. See, we'll go into that's the last one. We're going to predictions for the next matchup. Although we'll talk about Arsenal when we're talking about their next matchup. See, man, lots of content. Yeah, we've already reached the 1 hour mark. So let's just say maybe more 20, 25 minutes. We can go. That's the good thing about Sam Shafiq. Of course, he's my business partner
Mhm.
on this channel. Me and him have a partnership. It's part and parcel of my channel. So guys, you have to cozy up to him. We have two shows that are down here. One is the Premiership, the Premier League cruise, which is this show, and the Premiership London cruise, on which we go into the heart of London, getting interviews, from football lovers. Most times I'll be in London. I'll be doing it. My business partner here, Sam Shafiq, also we'll be doing things like that too. So let's see how everything goes. See, Sam, Nottingham Forest will be going up against Sheffield United. If there's anything you thought about Nottingham Forest, tell me right now. Nottingham Forest went against Arsenal Football Club at home to Arsenal. Awoniyi getting that goal. Arsenal had a pretty much comfortable first half, and then we put two behind this lot, yeah. For some reason, Eddie Nketiah, someone who I've maligned a lot on this channel, scored a goal. Yeah, big ups to him. I'm that kind of guy that'll eat and humble pie when I'm being proven wrong. In fact, I want to be proven wrong because I want my team to win. So, I've given Eddie Nketiah a lot of stick on my channel because I don't really think is that striker to take us where we want to go. I don't think it's that striker that will lead us to the promised land. But if it's that striker that will call upon and he's scoring me goals, I'm sorry, real quick, I'll do a turnaround. I'll do a 360. I'll do a turnaround. I would apologize to him, provided he's giving me goals. That's what I want. I want a striker that would give me goals and win me the league. That's what I want. So, Eddie Nketiah, if you're hearing, please score more goals. Do it on a more consistent basis. Get me 15 goals in 10 games. If you can do that, I will praise you. That's me. But if you're not doing it correctly, I'll be the first person to say you're not cutting it. Good goal last week. I hope you're gonna keep scoring. But let's see. Nottingham Forest, Sheffield United. What do you think, my brother?
I think Nottingham Forest, Sheffield United will be a very tight game because both of them will be in survival mode, which
Survival mode.
Mm, it's like they need to get a win. Both of them have lost. One of them lost 2-1, one of them lost 4-1.
Mm.
So they need to get a win. And I think Nottingham Forest will edge this off. It will be a 3-2, most probably.
Yeah, yeah. So you're going. So who are you going for, really?
Nottingham Forest 3-2.
Nottingham Forest, right? Yeah, probably maybe Awoni is gonna get a goal for them. Uh,
Mhm. Tony,
yeah, guys, I'm sorry for that.
there's a
I'm sorry for
technical
that
issue,
little
sir.
break. I think it's just some of it's a technical issue, but we're back. Tony Barra, you're welcome to the show. Gunnar Gadrin is still here with us. Arsenal history and more is still here with us. Look at AFC. Shout out to you. Go to his channel. Subscribe to that channel too. Arsenal above all. Big ups to you, man. Go check out that channel. Great channel too. Arsenal above all. See, Fulham and Brentford.
Fulham Brentford, that would be a tight game as well. I think uh, Brentford will win this match because Brentford are stronger than Fulham. If you watched Brentford versus Tottenham,
Tottenham Hotspurs.
yeah, it they have they were good. They were good, and I think they will give Fulham um, a, a big challenge. So I would say
So you're going
two.
for Brentford, right? But mind you,
Yeah,
it's in Craven Cottage.
yes. Remember, Mitrovic is being taken away by the Saudis.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
the goals need to come from somewhere, and Mitrovic is not there. So I
Mm,
would say they would struggle to score goals unless
to score
Mitrovic is
goal.
there. So it could be a
Yeah.
2-0, 2-0 or 2-1, 2-0 for Brentford.
2-0 for Brentford. Jazz, if you're still in the house, Arsenal since 1987 just walked into the charts. Big ups to you, my brother. You're welcome to the show. Look at AFC, Gunnar Gathering, Strasbourg Steve, Arsenal above all. If you're there, please give us your predictions for this weekend's games. Yeah. Brentford. See, yeah. It doesn't even look as if Brentford is even missing Ivan Tony. Yeah, they still
Exactly.
got two goals. Umbuemo is still, powering up that front line. They're still looking tight at the back. They're still looking okay. It's not really bad as it looks. I was thinking that, in the absence of Ivan Tony, I'm also talking about the preseason games. Yeah, they're looking good. Uh, so no Ivan Tony, there's still a party for Brentford. What do you think?
I think Brentford will do well because they have a good system in place and they have a good manager that knows what he's doing. So and they play attractive football. They press very high. They have so much energy. They run so much within the game. That you feel like they have 12 players within the game. And bear in mind, last season we have lost away and at home to Brentford.
Hmm. Hmm. Me too. Me too. I do agree. I'm just hoping. See, Sammy. Yeah, I am really hoping that Arsenal is down there talking to Brentford to give us Ivan Tony by January. That's my prayer right now because we have a stubborn manager. In a way, is a stubborn manager. But I hope he can just go out there and start talking to Ivan Tony for January because I know this manager is not going to bring a striker in
Mhm,
this summer. Yeah. And of course, with Eddie Nketiah that has just scored a goal, yeah, in our first match, he's not
mhm,
going to buy any striker. Yeah, let's get that correct. But if
mhm.
he goes in and brings in Ivan Tony by January, that will be something that might be different. It might literally be the difference between Arsenal coming second, third, and Arsenal winning the league. Yeah. So Arsenal, go get Ivan Tony. He's up for grabs for by January. I don't know what anyone in the chat thinks, but please give us your predictions for the matchups. Say Liverpool Bournemouth.
Oh, and that would be a good match, and I think Liverpool will win that match. Even though
Mm,
every time Bournemouth goes there, there's a there's a huge number, but I think
mm.
this time around it will be maybe 2-0 or 3-0 for Liverpool.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Arsenal above all, yeah. He just posted a comment right now, and he was talking. Is I think he's talking about Isaac. Yeah, he says, "Wish we signed Isaac when we were linked with him. He would have been the differential in our attack and would have complemented it so well." See, I clearly agree with you, Arsenal above all, but again, there are lots of questions. Yeah, Isaac is an injury-prone player. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I don't just trust either our manager or our medical staff to actually get Isaac to that fitness level that it is right now under Eddie Howe. Yeah, we got our man. See, our manager was pushing Thomas Partey to go back in a game, crunch game against Tottenham Hotspurs. He was injured, clutching on his knee. Yeah, he pushed him back in to go play. Julian Timber. How come did that guy come out in the second half? What happened? At least you would have taken him out. You know is pivotal to our gameplay. You would have taken him out, subbed him out, and at least bring in other options. Kirian Tierney's down there could play left back position for us. Yeah. Tomiyasu is also there. Why risk Jurien Timber? And right now, Jurien Timber is totally out of the picture for the whole season, practically for the whole season. Yeah, so I don't really trust. Uh, Maybe the manager might be a long shot. Yeah, but I don't trust our medics to actually get Isaac to the current fitness level that he is right now with Newcastle. Newcastle have gotten him to a different level in terms of fitness. In Real Sociedad, he was always injured. Even last season for Newcastle, he was always injured. Always injured. He never had 3, 4, 5 games in a stretch. He was always injured. But right now, I think they're really, helping him out with his fitness levels, and you can see is putting goals down there. So it's different when you say Isaac should have come to Arsenal, but are we capable of actually at least giving him that fitness level of which he is right now on in Newcastle? That's the problem. So I'll just prefer a player that's not injury prone right now. I'm sorry. So we're talking about Liverpool Bournemouth. So what's your prediction for that matchup?
3-0 Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool. Okay. Of course, I go for a Liverpool win. Also, I go for a Liverpool win. Brighton, mind you, Brighton won the matchup against I think Luton. I think it was Luton they went up against. Yeah, they beat Luton
4-1.
4-1 I think
Yes.
the other day. So right now they play against Wolves. What do you think? But again, mind you, Wolves, you saw how they played against Manchester United. So this makes up for a very, very good game. So what do you think, Sam?
It will be a very interesting game because both set of managers want to play the same. However, I think um, Wolves will be uh, very scared to play their way of the way they played against Manchester United, because Brighton will hurt them if they play against uh, if they play the same way that they played against Manchester United. So they will be precocious. Wolves will be precocious, and that game will be very tight, very very tight, I would say. Um, and both managers will be very careful of what they are doing in this match because it's second game and they want to make sure they get something out of the game. Wolves want to get something
Yeah.
out of the game, and I would be surprised if Wolves didn't get something out of the game. A draw, I would go for a draw for this game.
Oh, you'll go for a draw. But
Mm,
again, man, De Zerbi, the way De Zerbi is setting up that Brighton team, setting them up. See, there's a thing. See, yeah, you don't need to be the coach of FC Barcelona to know the basics of how to coach, right? You just see it. It flows. You just see it. You just see that imprint on the team. Yeah, you see how he wants the team to play. You see, he doesn't tinker a lot. My coach tinker a lot, yeah, with the team, yeah. But this one, yeah, he doesn't tinker a lot with the team. He
yeah.
doesn't put them in inverted positions. Play three position, play four. He just sets up the team in the way they should be set up, and allow them to just go out there and play football. Uh, I'm of this school that football is a very simple game. Yeah. If you don't dilly dally with the whole thing, you have the right players in the right places. You can genuinely, get a result when you're a manager that really understands the basics of football, how to play, how to set up, and you don't doubt yourself when you get on that big stage. You just allow it flow because you understand the principles and the basic things about how to set up a team. And that's what De Zerbi is doing. What do you think about De Zerbi?
I think he's a top quality manager, and I think he will be compared with the likes of Guardiola in the future.
Okay, okay. Okay,
Do you
Gunnar
see where
Gardner
this
says
is
very
going?
much agree. Yeah, Newcastle are a serious team. I do agree with that too. Yeah, so okay, we'll move away from Wolves, Brighton, Tottenham Hotspurs, Manchester United. Tottenham is at home at White Hart Lane. Yeah, and it's this
For
Saturday, my brother. This Saturday.
I'm gonna be getting so much content this Saturday.
I'm
It's
telling you, man,
unreal.
it's
It's
gonna be
unreal.
huge. It's gonna be
Yeah,
huge. Yeah, Tottenham,
definitely.
Manchester United. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be a draw, or Tottenham will win by 2 goals.
So, so wait. You think Tottenham has the cojones to actually beat up Manchester United right now?
Yes, 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 100%. Because of
Wow.
their manager.
See, Sam. Yeah, I do understand. Yeah, that Postecoglou wants to play attacking football. I do understand that fact. Yeah,
Mm.
that there's a certain way he wants to play. He sets up the team in a very decent way. I clearly understand that, but I don't think he has the resources in terms of the physical resources at the back to actually, get the game going on for him. He might have a little bit going for him in the striking positions, in the forward play. Of course, when you have Madison tucked in deep into your midfield diamond, it's something different, something to be desired. When you have Richarlison, who is raring to go, because Harry Kane have just abandoned that team and left. Definitely, he'll want to score goals. He wants to make that team his own. He wants to be the next crown king of that striking position. I can clearly understand that. When you have attacking options of Kulisevsky and Son also coming from the left, it's something to be desired. But again, they need to gel, they need to play well, they need to integrate together because Madison is just coming from a relegated team down to a team that definitely used to finish top four, at least in the past 6 5 years. They usually used to finish in the top four. So it's a completely different setting to him, for him, a completely different setting, mostly with Hurricane out of the football club. And again, they still have Dyer in the middle of their
No,
centre
but
back area.
I believe Dyer is on the bench. Currently, Dyer is on the
Currently he's
bench.
on the bench, right? But again, they still have Romero down there, good player, right? But again, all these things, yeah, I don't think they have the legs in the defense. What do you think?
Um, I agree with you in terms of they don't have their legs, but um, I'm gonna say one thing that Madison is the difference maker, and then those three around Madison, when they turn up, it will be a disaster for Manchester United to handle.
Yeah.
Whereas Manchester United, all what they are relying on is Rashford
Hmm.
right now.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right
they're
now.
relying on Rashford, and everyone else is just, I would say, a second-hand player. It's not, it's not a top quality player. Other than other than Rashford, they don't have anything at the top. Yeah,
Yeah.
so the goals would either be coming from Rashford or from Tottenham's four.
Hmm.
Son and Madison and even Richardson. If you remember, Richardson has always been scoring against Manchester United when he was at Everton.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I totally get that. Okay, see, let's go away from that one. Yeah, Manchester City, Newcastle, your team squares up against Newcastle at
I would
home.
say, I would say, I would say it'd be very tight. I know I said it would be 2-1 for Newcastle, but I would actually go for 2-2. Um,
Okay.
uh, the game would be a draw, 2-2. It would be a very tight because it's at the Etihad. What first game, Manchester City will turn up.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Arsenal Chamo says Luca AFC, Luca real one, of course. Arsenal since 1987 says good evening, people. Good evening, my brother. Good evening, man. How you doing, my brother? Luca says Arsenal Saka score just found out. Yeah, and Jez, I apologize, man. Won't happen again. And of course, yeah, all these guys in the chart. Yeah, big ups to you. And then Aston Villa versus Everton.
Oh, that would be a very tight game too. But I think Aston Villa will win that game
Hmm.
because they want to bounce back. So it's going to be a 2-0 for Aston Villa.
2-0 for Aston Villa. Okay, good one. West Ham Chelsea. Man, lots of games in London.
Oh, West
Lots
Ham
of games in
Chelsea.
London.
Yeah, you guys will get a lot of content from that. I think it's going to
I'm
be
telling you, man.
three a 3-0 for Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea away to
Yes.
West Ham.
Yes, because Chelsea has
Wow.
Caicedo playing behind Enzo Fernandez, and it will be a killer. It will definitely be a killer. I
Yeah.
actually believe this team is going to give everybody a hard time.
Wow. Okay. Um Crystal Palace, Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal
Oh,
will be away to Crystal Palace. What do you think? Zaha is not there. Zaha has taken a flight to Galatasaray. Michael Olise just signed a new contract for Crystal Palace, so extra motivation to do well on Monday. Edward is still there. You know, they still have one or two. Benteke, I think, is still there. So they still
yeah.
have one or two, big time players that can be able to change the game for them. When we play together. But what do you think? And again, Crystal Palace, a very rough place to go to. Yeah, you have to scrape a result when you win down there. Not an easy place to go to.
Yeah, I think Arsenal is on has that energy and motivation currently going on. So I think it's going to be maybe 3-1 or 4-2 for Arsenal.
3-1 or 4-2.
Yes.
Okay. All right, man. Say, guys, we've come to the end of the show. I had to just push it there because if you leave me and you, we can get into a 2 hour show. And I don't want that to be because I know you're still, in your car and you would definitely want to, believe in. Say, Sam, shout out where people could find you. Tell us what we're really expecting quite soon. And, just shout out, your last words, before we go.
So definitely on Saturday, I'm gonna be going for the Tottenham Manchester United game, and then I'm gonna get you some content, some interviews, and then I'm gonna go to Sunday match for Chelsea West Ham. That would be a very good game, a very good content there, lots of content there, and then it will be Arsenal Crystal Palace, and that would be a game changer.
Yeah, that'll be a game changer. Thank you very much. And on behalf of Tony Claude Gunner TV and my partners, we want to wish the Arsenal history and more, which is Jazz's channel. Yeah, Jazz's channel just got to 4K. Yeah, 4K. That's a big and Sam. Yeah, like I was telling you, when I first came into this YouTube space, I was a little bit lost, around, and this guy here, Jazz, he kind of like, invited me to some of his shows, put me around here and there and fixed me up in some places. uh, until I could actually stand on my own to actually do lots of shows. I've done shows with other people too who have helped me too, but Jez's help to my channel, has been very tremendous, and he always comes in to check in once in a while. So, guys in the chats, everyone who would listen to the show after this, congratulations on behalf of Tony Cloud Gunner TV, and everyone that work with me, my partners, everyone. Big ups to Jez Collins, 4K. Congratulations, Jez, and remember we
Well
love
done.
you, guys. I might be bringing in Luca in the weekend. Luca might be popping in the weekend, guys. Also, Sam Shafiq will be on the road. Yeah, guys. Yeah. All over London for the London cruise, the Premier League London cruise. Yeah. So he'll be taking us across London, getting us interviews from there. And, it will look all good from there. So I can't wait for those content to fly in. Personally, when I'm in London too, I'll be getting content from there too. Whenever I come to London, I'm going to show up and get those contents too, and be with Sam and do all these things too with him. See, guys, thank you for coming to the show. Thank you for showing us support. Thank you, everyone. Arsenal above all, Gunnar Gathering, Live to Inspire, Arsenal History and more. Anthony Herbert, who is also a member of this channel. I'll be at Gunners from All Corners on Friday, 9 p.m. I started from there too. I'm always on that show. Me and Anthony Herbert always chopping it up since I started doing YouTube. Big up, look at AFC. Shout out to everyone who came and made this show a great one. Big ups, everyone, from me and Sam. We are out.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Thank you.